Hello everyone and welcome back to your English TV lessons. I'm Dushanka, your English teacher for today. So, how have you been? Fine? Good? Not so good? Great? I've been great and I hope you've been great too. So let's start with the lesson. It's about expressing opinions and asking someone for an opinion. We are going to practice the ways to express our wishes, needs and feelings as well. Dakle, danas ćemo vežbati kako izražavamo svoje mišljenje, kako pitamo nekoga za mišljenje, a vežbat ćemo i načine izražavanja želja, potreba, oseta i osjećanja. So, what are the ways to ask somebody for an opinion? I'm sure you already know this question very well. It is used both formally and informally. That's right. What do you think? Šta ti, odnosno šta vi mislite? However, there are some other ways that we can use to start our questions. Here they are. What's your opinion on or of? What are your thoughts on? How do you feel about? So these expressions mean pretty much the same, and they are followed by a noun or a gerund. Do you think, don't you think? What do you mean by that? Here are some examples. What's your opinion on the new school uniforms? Koje je vaše mišljenje o novim školskim uniformama? What are your thoughts on climate change? Koja su vaša razmišljanja o klimatskim promjenama? What do you think about the film? Šta ti misliš o tom filmu? Do you think maths is easy? Da li misliš da je matematika laka? Don't you think it's easy? Zar ne misliš da je laka? How do you feel about having a class outside in the garden? A šta mislite o tome da imamo čas napolju u dvorištu? I'm sure you'd like it and you would agree. And if someone says, it's all your fault, we can ask them, what do you mean by that? Pa ako neko kaže, ti si kriv za to, možemo ga pitati, kako to misliš? Šta pod tim podrazumevaš? So, what are the ways to give an opinion? To express our view, we often use the words, that's right, I think. For example, I think you shouldn't do it, it's too risky. Mislim da ne treba to da uradiš, previše je rizično. But instead of I think, we can say, I believe, I feel, I suppose, or I guess. Pretpostavljam. Now, listen to this conversation. Hannah, Amy, and Paul are expressing their views on what the good school is nowadays. After listening, find and say the expressions that are used to give an opinion. Then say the expressions that are used to agree with someone's opinion. And finally, say the expressions that are used to disagree with someone's opinion. I'll give you some time to find them and say them. Dakle, poslušajte ovaj razgovor. Hannah, Amy i Paul izražavaju svoje mišljenje o tome šta je to danas dobra škola. Nakon slušanja pronađite i recite izraze koji su korišćeni da bi se izrazilo mišljenje, potom izraze koji su korišćeni da bi se izrazilo slaganje i neslaganje sa nečijim mišljenjem. So, listen carefully. In my opinion, the good school is the one that makes a balance between discipline and fun. I completely agree with you, Hannah. Too much focus on discipline can make a school like a prison, and excessive focus on fun makes it a park rather than a school. So balance is better. I'm sorry to say this, but I totally disagree with you. What is the point of fun in a school? To my mind, the good school is the one where you don't have to study such useless subjects as foreign languages. I don't agree with you, Paul. I think foreign languages are very important nowadays. You're right, Amy. There is no good school that doesn't teach foreign languages today. Okay, let's check your answers. The expressions that are used to give an opinion are in my opinion, to my mind, I think. The expressions that are used to agree with someone's opinion are I completely agree with you, Hannah. You are right, Amy. And the expressions that are used to disagree with someone's opinion are I'm sorry to say this, but I totally disagree with you. And I don't agree with you, Paul. So once again, these are the expressions you have just heard for expressing opinion. In my opinion, to my mind, po mom mišljenju, I think, mislim. For agreeing, I completely agree with you, Hannah. U potpunosti se slažem s tobom, Hannah. You are right, Amy. U pravu si, Amy. And the expressions you have just heard for disagreeing are I'm sorry to say this, but I totally disagree with you. Žao mi je što to kažem, ali se uopšte ne slažem sa tobom. I don't agree with you, Paul. Ne slažem se s tobom, Paul. However, there are some more phrases that we can use to express our opinion. For example, if you ask me, foreign languages are very important nowadays. Ako mene pitate, strani jezici su veoma bitni danas. Or we can start the sentence with as far as I'm concerned, što se mene tiče, or as far as I can tell, or as far as I know, koliko ja mogu da kažem, koliko znam. The way I see things, or as I see it, kako ja na to gledam je I honestly believe, iskreno verujem. I would say or I'd say, rekao bih, rekla bih. From my point of view or in my view, s moje tačke gledišta, or for me, za mene. But there are some more phrases that we can use to agree with someone's opinion. For example, you are absolutely or definitely right, or I couldn't agree more. U potpunosti si u pravu. I agree with you, slažem se s tobom. I share the same view, delimo isto mišljenje. I think so too. Ja također mislim to. I see exactly what you mean. Tačno znam na šta misliš. You took the words right out of my mouth. Uzeo si mi reč iz usta. So do I. Ja također. But if we start our sentence with I don't think the good school is the one that makes a balance between discipline and fun, in order to agree we can say neither do I. Ni ja. And to disagree with someone's opinion, here are some more phrases. I don't think so. Ne mislim tako. Sorry to say it, but you are wrong. Izvini što to kažem, ali nisi u pravu. I'm afraid you are wrong. Bojim se da nisi u pravu. I'm not sure I agree with you. Nisam siguran da se slažem sa tobom. Well, I see things rather differently. Pa, ja malo drugačije gledam na to. Yes, but don't you think that... Da, ali zar ne misliš da... Or, I agree up to a point, but... Slažem se donekle, ali... I beg to differ. Ne mogu da se složim, ne slažem se. But if we start our sentence with I don't think the good school is the one that makes a balance between discipline and fun, in order to disagree, we can say oh, I do. Oh, ja se slažem. Now let's see how we can express our wishes. We can use phrases I wish or if only followed by past tenses to express a wish in the present. For example, if only I knew French. Da bar znam francuski. Dakle, izražavamo želju sadašnjosti, upotrebljavamo izraz if only, ali, kao što vidimo, koristimo glagol u prošlosti, ali ga prevodimo sadašnjim vremenom. Or, these seats are very uncomfortable. I wish we were traveling first class. Ova sedišta su veoma neudobna. Voljela bih da putujemo prvom klasom. Or we can express a wish in the future. Then we use modal verbs would or could. For example, that's a dreadful noise. I wish it would stop. Užasna je buka, voljela bih da prestane. I wish I could see you next week. Voljela bih da mogu da te vidim sljedeće sedmice. She misses him. She wishes he would call her. On joj nedostaje. Ona bi željela da je on pozove. But after I, he, she, or it, we can use were instead of was. For example, I wish I was a millionaire, or I wish I were a millionaire. Voleo bih da sam milioner. John wishes he wasn't so busy, or John wishes he weren't so busy. John bi želeo da nije tako zauzet. I'm freezing. If only it wasn't so cold. Or if only it weren't so cold. Smrzavam se. Da bar nije ovako hladno. So how can we express our feelings? Let's see. Look at this boy. What can he say? And what can she ask him? Yes, she can ask him, how have you been? And he can say, I'm really well. Or, I'm pretty good. Can't complain. Ne žalim se. I've never been better. Nikad bolje. I'm happy. Or, I'm all right. What about this man here? What can she ask him? How are you? Or, how are you doing? And he can say, I'm doing well. I'm fine. Good enough. Or he can say, I was over the moon when I heard the news. Bio sam van sebe od sreće kad sam čuo vesti. What about this boy? What can she ask him? Yes, how are you feeling today? This question implies that she already knows something about his health. And he can say, I'm not feeling so good. Or, I've not been so good actually. Or it's been a tough day. Or I'm feeling a bit under the weather. That means I'm not feeling so good. Or I feel a little bit sad, or I feel worried, or I feel a little bit nervous. Now look at her. Look at her hands. What can he ask her? Yes, is everything okay? Is everything all right? And she can say, my hands are shaking. Tresu mi se ruke. What about him? What can he say about his feelings? Yes, my heart's pounding. Lupa mi srce. What about her? How is she feeling? My legs feel like jelly. Noge su mi kao od gume. And what about him? Is he okay? No, he says, I've got butterflies in my stomach. Imam tremu. And what about him? Is he all right? No, he isn't. He says, I feel sick. Muka mi je. But we can also express how something tastes, sounds, smells, feels, or looks like. Then we use verbs of perception. They are followed by an adjective, not an adverb. Dakle, nakon glagola za percepciju koristimo prideve. Glagoli za percepciju su, na primjer, feel, taste, smell, look, or sound. Look at this man. What can he smell? Yes, he says, this perfume smells great. Ovaj parfem miriše sjajno. What about him? What can we say to him? Yes, you look tired. Izgledaš umorno. The seawater feels warm. And they sound original. A oni zvuče originalno. Now look at this boy. What's the matter? What seems to be the problem? Yes, he can say, my ear hurts. I've got an earache. Uvo me boli. What about him? What's the matter? Yes, he's got a sore throat. Upaljeno mu je grlo, boli ga grlo. What about this man? What is he feeling today? Yes, he says, it's painful, it hurts. I have a backache. Bolno je, boli. Bole me leđa. What about her? What is she doing? She's scratching her hand. Why is she doing it? Yes, because her hand is itchy. It's itchy. Svrbi je ruka. What about him? What happened? Yes, he says, I've sprained my ankle. Uganuo sam, iščašio sam članak. What about his arm? What's the matter? Yes, it's broken. His arm is broken. Slomljena mu je ruka. What about his finger? What's wrong? Yes, he has cut himself, and his finger is bleeding. It's bleeding. What about her? What seems to be the problem? Yes, she can't take the ring off her finger. Why is that? Yes, because her finger is swollen. It's swollen. Natečen joj je prst. And what about her? What's the matter? Is she all right? Yes, she says, I've got a cold and a runny nose. Imam prehladu I curenje nosa. Now let's do this exercise. Put the letters in the correct order to complete the sentences. Dakle, potrebno je da stavimo slova na pravo mesto da bi dobili reč kojom bi završili rečenicu. For example, my throat is very sore. Grlo mi je veoma upaljeno, boli me grlo. I'll give you some time to do other sentences on your own. Okay, sentence number 2. I've cut my finger and it's bleeding. Yes, it's bleeding. Posekao sam prst, pa krvari. Number 3. I can't walk very easily. My knee is swollen. It's swollen. Ne mogu lagano da se krećem, koleno mi je natečeno. Number 4. I've got a rash on my face. It's very itchy. Imam osip po licu I veoma me svrbi. Number 5. I can't move my leg. I think it's broken. Ne mogu da pomerim nogu, mislim da je slomljena. Number 6. I've hurt my arm. It's very painful. Povredio sam ruku I veoma me boli. Number 7. My ear hurts. The doctor says I've got an infection. Uvo me boli, doktor kaže da imam infekciju. Number 8. I don't feel well. I've got a temperature. Ne osjećam se dobro. Imam temperaturu. And the last one. I sprained my elbow when we were playing tennis. Uganuo sam lakat kad smo igrali tenis. And let's see your homework. First, you can visit this site. It's about expressing feelings, and you can practice your speaking and listening skills. And the second part of your homework is to write at least 5 sentences on the topic, why do people drop litter everywhere? Give your opinion. Use some of the phrases you have heard today, and that would be it. Znači, možete posjetiti ovaj sajt koji vidite. Radi se o izražavanju osjećanja, vežbat ćete svoje veštine slušanja I govora, a napišite barem 5 rečenica dajući svoje mišljenje na temu zašto ljudi svuda bacaju smeće. Koristite neke od izraza koje ste danas čuli. So, that's it for today. See you next time and have a nice day. Goodbye.